Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is January 19th, 2021, and this is episode 181. Today we're going to take a look at DCeased, Dead Planet. This is number 7 of 7 from DC Comics. So we end up the arc of Dead Planet here, and we'll go into that in just a moment. Just want to mention that next review coming up will be King in Black, number 3. Still got to read it, but I'll try to get that out tonight as well. I was going back and forth on which one to do because they're both pretty popular, and so I'm sticking with DCeased Dead Planet since this one does wrap up today. Okay, take a quick look at the cover here. We have the Amazos kind of cyborg humanoid android superheroes coming in and attacking our squad of superheroes here. Now, this depiction here is not actually in the book. Superman does fight one of them, but the other grouping, I think with Wonder Woman and whatnot, they're taking on all the rest of them, and it doesn't quite look like this. It isn't quite this swarm like this. So, getting into it, let's take a look at who worked on the book, and let's see where they hid that. Get to that. Oh boy, that is like so hard to read. It's so small. Tom Taylor is the writer, I could tell you that much. And I think Hershine is the artist, and I can't think of his first name. I can't read that, it's just too small. I apologize. I would be mad if I was them. This comes in at a whopping $4.99. We get a nice kind of circular pattern of composition here, and I think this is a pretty neat looking shot. As they're either called the Amazos or the Amazos. I'm not sure which, but these are a concoction of Professor Ivo and the Penguin, and they were created in an Australian bunker to take over. They were actually created to kill all the undead that are walking around with the anti-life virus in them. So that's the way this starts, as we see the robots taking their toll on Brisbane, Australia. They are taking down all the undead left and right, and they completely obliterate all the undead that are walking around there before our superheroes get a chance to give them the vaccination for the anti-life virus. And just then, we have our group of superheroes coming in from above through a portal to try to jump the Amazos, or whatever we're called. And so you get a nice shot here of them all kind of swinging into action. Our typical, kind of the young Justice League, I might add. There's not the older guys. The only one that's still around is the original Arrow, and he's actually got the virus right now, so he's been secluded in kind of a Green Lantern prison, so to speak. So they go ahead and they take on these guys, and then first they're doing pretty good. They're taking them down, but then they realize there's just too many of them to hold them back. They start losing ground. In the meantime, Trigon is destroying Paris. Now, I can't remember why Trigon got brought into this, if it was something to do with the Penguin or what, but it just seems like this is just another element they added to the story that I'm not sure really, I don't know. I think this should have been a separate story, actually, because John Constantine has gathered up all these artifacts from all over the world. You know, it's like he's got like a spear, a crystal ball, a breastplate, and they all have special powers. A cloak, and he's got the Phantom Stranger helping him out in this case. I think he got the Phantom Cloak from here, and he's got Zatanna with him, who's, I believe, the narrator in all this. It's never really made super clear, but I believe that is who it is. So then we have Batman and Superman arriving in another portion of Australia, and they realize they're too late. Everybody's dead, and they're just devastated by it because they didn't get a chance to get the vaccine to them. And suddenly they get attacked. Super John and Bat Damien. And so it's just one, though. And they were able to get the upper hand on him and behead him, so to speak. So they come up with a plan. Basically, is to take this robotic head, back to Cyborg to see if he can create yet another virus that will affect all the Amazos that have been created that are wreaking havoc continent by continent. And so they go into the bunker ahead of time, though, just to talk to everybody. They meet up with Penguin and Ivo, and Penguin has some kind of kryptonite device that he wants to release, but it doesn't get released. Instead, John Constantine shows up and sucks all the souls out of the criminals, the greedy, and the, I guess, just the criminally insane. Whatever, they all drop to their knees and they're just wiped out, where Superman and Batman are going, what happened? And they realize Constantine has come. He's got the special cloak that soaks up souls of the bad guys, basically, and holds them in, and then it creates this power from within that is released when a certain deed needs to be done. It's kind of like they're reclaiming their souls once they've done something good within this cloak. I believe that's how it works. It was a little confusing. So you can see he's walking around. He's got all these souls kind of like latched onto him. It's really kind of hard to see, but there's actually eyeballs and faces and things there. And so he takes off with to meet up with Zatanna and Phantom Stranger. So one of the things I didn't like about this, they brought in like a lot of characters. They don't get a chance really to bond with each other. And then the stories got so complicated, complex, with you got the army of robots, you got the armies of the undead, and you've got Trigon rampaging all along Paris now. So they've got all these things going on, plus they've got they're running out of time. It's just these three things going on. So it was hard for me to recommend this. I really liked the way it's set up, the first 6 books, but this one is just too much all at once. So they bring the head of the Amazo back to Cyborg and tell him, this is our plan. We want you to create a virus. And then I guess they've got all the vaccines ready. So the plan now is for Black Flash and Super John to deliver all the vaccines to the other 2 billion people in the world as fast as possible that are still alive, that have not been killed. And so they just show him, and it's a little bit unbelievable. There's 2 billion people, and he's using this thing. So I'm sure Flash could go to a billion people pretty quick, but I don't think he'd be able to give him a shot that quickly, every one of them. But they come to, they don't know where they are, they don't know who they are. No, they know who they are. They just understand what happened. They're just completely lost. They don't know where they are. Meanwhile, Trigon is stomping on the Phantom Stranger, much to the amusement of John Constantine. And he gives Zatanna the spear, and I think it might be the Spear of Hercules. I'm not sure. I can't remember, because all these things came up in issue 5, I think. They collected all these items, and he puts on the helmet of somebody else, and I believe Zatanna. No, he just has Zatanna hold the spear for now, and just you'll know when to use it. So basically, what he does, he has Trigon in this fight, using all the artifacts and whatnot, keeping himself alive, and then he lets Trigon kill him, actually. And with that, he uses Dead Man, one of Deadman's possessions. So that gives him the power to actually um, attack Trigon one more time. Meanwhile, back in the war in, I think it's Australia still here, I'm not sure, because it bounced around so much. The Justice League is losing badly. It looks like they are down for the count. And suddenly, the guys back at the lab, where they also created the antivirus vaccine, have been able to figure out how to make a virus that they can spread to all the robots through this one robotic head. They're worried when they activate it, what it might kill them at the lab. So it actually works right at the last moment where Green Lantern is holding off these people, and they zizz out and just fall out of the sky, just completely dead, like fish on the shoreline, just flopping. And Trigon is still rampaging on. Superman's kind of distracting him at this point, but even Superman can't take down Trigon. He's the demon from hell. But now John Constantine is Deadman, and he's able to go inside Trigon and actually take him over. And this is where he summons Zatanna to get him the spear, and he just impales himself, basically killing Trigon with this spear. And I don't know if it's a spear of Hercules, so it has special powers that can actually kill him if it could get close to Trigon. So now John Constantine is really dead, and he's going to go off to hell, I guess. That's kind of the way it ends. In the meantime, they continue to vaccinate people all over the world. They said, okay, you can stop Black Flash, where you did a lot of job. We'll just rest for a moment. We're kind of in a safe spot, and then we'll pick it up again later. And we can all help you now since the robots are all dead. And so everybody kind of gets to a point where everyone's healed, and even Super John's grandfather, who I didn't realize was still alive, but apparently he is. I thought he passed away, maybe in a different timeline. So he gives him the vaccine as well. And finally we see that Ollie got the vaccine, and his love, Black Canary, who's now the Green Lantern, and they both have a nice embrace with the superheroes floating in the background. Now overall, I'm a little disappointed as far as the story just got too crazy. Didn't make a lot of sense. I'm still not sure why Trigon was even in it. He looked great in it, but I'm not sure. It's kind of not really a recommended arc. If I was to recommend a DCeased arc, it would be the one previous to this. And I'm trying to think what it's called. It might have been Invincible? No, DCeased something. I can't remember. But it was just a 3-issue arc, and it was actually pretty good. It does have a Deus Ex Machina at the end, which I didn't like that much, but everybody else seemed to appreciate it quite a bit. But this one, it's kind of anticlimactic, actually, the way it kind of ends. So, can't really recommend it, unfortunately. So, we got a future state log here. I am not going to do any of these just because I almost picked up Nightwing today. I passed on it. The first couple pages looked pretty good, and then it didn't look so hot, so I just kind of left it behind. So I'm going to skip Future State completely, sticking with King in Black for now for some of the runs that are going on with that. And there's an ad for Wonder Woman 84, plus more Wonder Woman items here, Future State and Immortal Wonder Woman. And Batman Soul of the Dragon coming out on digital January 12th, and then on 4K Ultra HD January 26th. So Batman unravels a martial arts mystery. There you go. So thank you very much for stopping by and listening to me and this review. Once again, it is a not recommended. I'll probably be the only person that will not recommend this. I've kind of go back and look at what other people said about it. I just felt like the story was just too all over the place, and it didn't. It needed crackerjack timing to really pull it off, and there was just too many elements to make it believable, even partially believable for superheroes. So I'm not recommending it. But thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe, please like, please leave comments, and I'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes when we do King in Black number 3. All right, as always, this is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes bidding you adieu.